This is Kathy Biehl of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro-Insight for the week of October 17th, 2022. I hope you found some firm footing last week, because that is the position from which all kinds of action is going to fly forward this week. And as we move into this incredibly busy and active stretch, you will probably find it really useful to periodically center yourself and then go back into the fray. Do not interpret these words as meaning that scary, hard stuff is happening. Just a lot of stuff is happening. The week begins on the 17th and 18th with trines from the Sun and Venus to Mars, unleashing lots of thoughts, realizations, conversations, huge pushes forward toward what we really value, big relationship developments. Again, do not hear scary chords on some kind of soap opera organ off in the cosmos somewhere. This is really helpful, useful, exhilarating, okay, here we go type oomph that we all get. Follow your thoughts, follow the messages, follow the conversations with other people, follow the communications. It may be incredibly easy to negotiate cooperation, to set collaboration and alliances in motion in an extremely exciting, forward-moving way. This push does require being brutally honest with yourself and stepping into your own power. Not sitting back, being a victim, letting people take advantage of you, blaming other people, but stepping into your power and acting from a base of what you know is right for you. As the Sun squares Pluto on the 19th, Pluto, which is now direct, and it's starting its inexorable inching toward the final of 3 passes of the U.S. Pluto return, which will happen in December. So this is a really important moment personally and collectively. But again, it doesn't have to be scary or hard or a horrible big deal, because on the 22nd, the Sun meets Venus. Our sense of our own identity and what we want, our hearts, our values, our relationships fuse. There is incredible harmony with this, a sense of, okay, maybe I have fewer people on my team than I did at earlier points in my life, but everyone who's there, I really value. You may be forging an unprecedented, healthy relationship with yourself. This could be a milestone in inner harmony, in your ability to accept what it is you want and to work that out with other people. Remember that relationships are incredible mirrors, and you will likely see people reflecting back to you how you are, in a more healthy and loving way, treating yourself right now. At the same time, we are moving most definitely out of the structural stress testing that's been going on since the beginning of 2021. The old ways against the new ways, the shaking up that has restructured so many friendships and social groups as Saturn and Uranus have been squaring off and on, and now Saturn direct is fully clearing the square, and we don't have to go through this again. And in fact, at the same time this happens, on the 22nd, there is an unfettered flow of energy from Mercury to Saturn, a trine between Mercury and Saturn as it stations direct, that solidifies thinking, that calms down thinking, that inclines communication toward structure and stabilizing and maturity and responsibility. You may feel much more solid and secure in the aftermath of whatever that square was rocking and testing in your own life. Choices grow out of this. The Sun and Venus both make an inconjunct to Jupiter, the guy who wants more. Venus and Jupiter are both influences of indulgence, whispering, hey, if you want two, why don't you go for five, of whatever it may be. And these two pairs of inconjuncts, which happen on the 23rd, may encourage us to increase our sense of what is possible in our lives, take a few greater risks. Jupiter is at the beginning of the sign of Aries in daredevil, just go for it mode. And you may find yourself actually going for more than you previously allowed yourself. And then Halloween season firmly, fully, officially begins when Venus and the Sun both move into Scorpio, also on the 23rd. And the atmosphere will turn a little spookier, a little more still. Look for a sense of all kinds of mysteries and wonders lurking quietly in the depths. X-ray vision and extrasensory perception and telepathy are tools during this time. The Sun and Venus both being in Scorpio brings a sense of selectivity and focus, perceptive abilities that have nothing to do with the words coming out of our mouths. There's a sense that the veil is really, really thin, which people are always saying this time of year, but you will sense it. And the move of the Sun and Venus into Scorpio is introducing the vibe that will peak at the Scorpio new moon on the 25th, just a few days into next week, which is a solar eclipse. Powerful and hitting the reset button on a lot of matters that we don't normally talk about in public. Private, secret, cherished matters. So get your witchy garb out and have fun with it. Homing thought of the week: to mine own self be true. Song of the week: Season of the Witch. You got a choice here. Original recipe, Donovan. Extra crispy version, Lana Del Rey. And the image of the week is dancing with a bunch of people at a party and going home with one special one. You'll learn more about this in my forecast for the Scorpio new moon solar eclipse, which will be up at my site by Monday at empowermentunlimited.net, where you can sign up for my mailing list and book a session with me. I'm Kathy Biehl, a professional astrologer with more than 30 years' experience. I host Celestial Compass on Om Times Radio on the 1st and 3rd Mondays of every month at 5 p.m. Eastern. And this week, my guest is the incredibly popular Susan Miller, so you won't want to miss that. I also host lively conversation on Facebook at Empowerment Unlimited in the group The Astro-Insight Lounge. I have lots of bonus content at patreon.com/Kathy Biehl. And I'm really grateful to the people who support my work there, which you could do for as little as $1 a month. I'm on Instagram at @KABiehl and on YouTube at The Professional Aquarian Channel. Talk to you next week.